my coach sent me some tape, some video of him the night before. Like I was about to go to sleep, and I was like, I gotta look at this in the morning.
Was it like the You Got Surf tape where they're like, yo, we're here to call you guys out?
And I was like, what? How's he know my name?
And then you found out that he was like sleeping with your girl.
Oh.
And I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. This is not for me. And that's when I pull out of the toilet.
Welcome to a gold standard episode of The Careful Boys, where today we have the return of Dick Dunn from the Olympics podium, first place at his jiu-jitsu competition.
Yay!
He looked so happy.
He looked...
Very unimpressed.
You did it.
I was unimpressed, dude.
You're like, I could have done better. But
Can you walk?
hey, it wasn't really a good first place.
Can you give us, not even at the day of the competition, your prep, your training, like the whole mentality, and give us the whole HBO special on Dick Dunn?
Yeah, so I wanted to compete before we left to Cleveland because I wanted to get something in before the end of the year. Yeah. And I wanted to test that black belchy, you know?
Damn. Is it true? You were like, is it just my friend giving me this, or do I deserve it?
Like I feel like, you know, when I roll with other black belts, I'm like, okay, yeah, like I deserve to have this, I think, right? But I think competing is a little different for sure, because not a lot of guys do it. I think at black belt, because it's really easy to be like, you know, you teach at an academy, you kind of lose that competitive spirit a little bit. Mm-hmm. So for me, I was like, I want to compete more, and in my head, it's like this is when it really matters. I think, like competing at this level with
Fighting strangers.
Yeah, but at black belt, I feel like it's a little bit different, you know, because it's a little more dangerous.
Black on black.
Yeah, black on black.
Because Brown's hella weak still.
Nah, that's still scary too. Like competing in general is scary. It's always gonna be scary. But I just feel like it's an extra layer because it's black belt. Because you get some guys that have been black belts for like years, and this is my first year as a black belt, so I wanted to kind of see just where I stand. I want to
Fucked up someone that's been a black belt for years.
Nah, I didn't fuck him up. I beat him on points, so it's like that's why it's like.
But is there ever knockouts in like?
Usually it's like submissions. So if you submit the guy, then that'll be the
Dude, knockout would be crazy.
Yeah. Punch him in the face. Oh, knockouts are legal. So I told myself I was gonna give myself like 3 months to prep for it. Probably a little too long. I was like, but it was just ramping up training. That's all it was.
Oh, it wasn't like a like fight camp time.
Kind of, yeah. It feels like that. It definitely does feel like that. And as much as you try to tell yourself, like, it's not a fight, you know.
Yeah, just a little wrong.
Yeah. Because there's a difference. Like when you fight in a cage and then you kickbox. Kickboxing is even, to me, is crazier. Kickboxing is crazy. MMA is crazy because all the variables and everything you have to train. There's so much that could happen. And for jiu-jitsu, it's like a little bit more controlled, and it's a competition. You're just grappling somebody. You're not getting punched in the fucking head. But like, if I get put in a submission and I don't tap quick enough, I could like break my fucking foot. I could tear an ACL, whatever. List goes on. So it is, like that does be like, oh shit, I better make sure I'm on top of it. I'm sharp.
How do you tap when your hands aren't available? You say tap.
But that's the thing is like some guys, you get guys where they'll
Just double arm bar you.
They'll get you in a submission and.
Because what if you're like this, and then they're going for your freaking thighs or some shit?
Some nice guys in comps, when you're tied up like that and you're to a point where you're practically a pretzel, and then they submit you, it's like a slow tap. It's like, I got you pinned, you're controlled, you're not going fucking anywhere, so I'm gonna slowly crank the submission until you tap, right? Some guys just rip it. Oh. So you never know what you're gonna get. You can get the guy who's like kind of really nice. You get the guy who's like.
Which kind are you?
I'm kind of in the middle. I'm kind of like a sleepy guy. Like I'm a slow starter for sure.
Oh, he's a good cuddler.
Yeah.
It starts by sleeping.
He wants to make sure you're comfortable when you're tapping him.
I start real slow, I think. So it's like.
It's like, I'm gonna snuggle you and then kill you.
Yeah. I try to do it that way. Or like you need a couple matches to warm up. That's kind of how I am a little bit.
How many guys did you have to beat?
I only had one guy. So that's the other thing too, is like when you get to this age division and at black belt, you just get less competitors. So it's like in white belt, you get tons of people to train to compete against. Blue belt, you get even more. And then you also have the disparity of like guys who've been blue belts for years, so they can be really fucking good and they beat everybody up. Yeah. Or you get brand new blue belts. We had a couple guys that just got promoted like the week before.
That's like a super senior or something.
Yeah, no, honestly, for sure. And they're just beating the shit out of everybody. Because they're like sandbagging. That happens all the time. Where people get held back. But it's less of that as you get higher because you kind of get exposed a little bit, right? So, purple belt there's way less, brown belt even less, and then black belt even less people to compete against, depending on the tournament you went to.
How long was the match?
6 minutes.
Goes by
6.
quick.
You were rolling for 6 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
6
that's
minutes ain't
short to
quick.
you?
Well,
Seems kind of long.
kind of, because that when you train for one, you got to do we'll do 5-6 rounds a night, sometimes more. So we'll do those 5.
6 minutes sounds long.
It is.
Like, imagine 6 minutes of fucking. That's fucking long.
And the whole time you're just gripping each other hella hard. And you're just like, ugh. So it was really intense. The guy I competed against,
But executed just like that.
just hella spazzy. Damn. But so prepping into it, you do have focus. You train very specific scenarios because there's so much different positions that when you compete against somebody, you don't know what kind of guard they play. Or for instance, a style that they. Are they a monkey style guy? Are they a fucking crane style
guy.
That's tight.
But then you also have to understand the nuance of every guard and be ready to defend it or attack it if you're in those positions. Exactly.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you smell the fear?
Or the feet.
No, I can smell the guy though. He smelled a
No,
little bit.
is there a point?
Oh yeah, like a mental break. I know what you
is there a
mean.
point where you're just like you're starting off strong and then,
Yeah.
and then next thing you know you're just like, oh yeah, you're a bitch.
Sometimes that happens.
you know what I'm
Sometimes that
saying?
happens. But
Is there a point where you're just like, I got you?
I think it's different at black belt because it's everyone. Well, it really depends. It depends on who you get. But the guy I specifically competed against, he was really strong, really wiry at first. So I was like, okay, I gotta kind of milk it. I gotta put some pressure on him. And then once I kind of stabilized a little bit, you could feel every time we went back to the same positions, he got a little bit more tired, a little bit more weaker, and then it's easier for you to make your moves from that position.
Oh, you're tendering the meat.
Yeah, you call him. You want to slow cook him. Just want
See?
to cook him up. A little.
Asians, baby, Asians.
Cook him.
Did he give you any compliments after the match? Like, hey, good job.
Yeah, he was really nice, really cool guy.
cool.
He was like, "Hey, man,
Did he give you any complications?
Can I get your number?
Yeah.
Makes it complicated in your relationship.
I'm questioning my sexuality."
Think about coming to the.
Yeah, he definitely was. But 6 minutes, to me, is it kind of goes by quick. So it's for you to kind of unlock that puzzle of whatever that guy was. That's why I was a little upset because I was like, man, I should have been able to get better positions on him. But
The read takes a while to
yeah, at the same time too, it's you're trying to calibrate what's happening in front of you, and then also just making sure you're making the right decision. And then it wasn't until after I saw the tape where I was like, what a fucking idiot! I stayed in this position way too long. I should have switched before I made my move, right? So it's little things like that you're looking back at the tape. You're like, what a fucking.
You're studying your own tape.
In the skill level, if you were to rate that skill level of 1 to 10, being able to read a situation and adapt quickly, where are you?
After this one, I'm a 5, bro.
You're 5?
4 or 5. Yeah.
You must be really good.
Yeah.
Also,
Out of 10? Is that what you mean? I meant out of 10.
Also, if you only had one guy to compete, how was there a third place guy?
There wasn't.
Oh, there wasn't.
That was just my little friend I asked to stand up there. No, nobody was standing up there. It was just me and
It was just the left side and the middle.
Come on up here, little friend.
my little friend. Come on.
What if you had to rate the other guy 1 to 10 skill wise?
For his black belt. For his black
Was he hot? That's all he cares about. How handsome was he?
Probably a 7 for sure, 7 or 8. Yeah, he was good. Because it's also too. It's just because you win a comp, it doesn't mean means you're the better guy.
Are you familiar with
You
this
won the
guy?
positions and you were able to dominate or dictate the pace.
Do you know the gym he's from?
My coach does. My coach knows those guys. There's so many different gyms.
But I feel like there's less variables in jiu-jitsu than striking.
Yeah, kinda. It depends though. It really depends on the situation. Like in any combat sport, they always say the styles make fights, right? So if this guy had a really good bottom game, so he stays on his back and tries to wrap you up. Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah. I like to be on top because it's easier for me to score points and kind of dictate the pace of the match. Because if you're working on the bottom, you're working almost twice as hard to get up and score. And
In your record, when was the last time you won?
honestly, the last time I won a gold was at Blue Belt.
When was that?
Fucking 2013.
2013.
Is it blue or purple? Which one's above the other?
Blue.
Blue. Okay.
You're the one who's making it too. Look at your face.
So purple and brown.
I've silvered a lot. I've bronzed a lot. Yeah.
He said 20. That was a whole other decade.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's a long time, bro.
What up, guys? Thank you for watching us for so long. If you like what we do, please support our Patreon. Joe, tell them what we have to offer.
So every week you get 2 videos. One never released director's cut, and another one 2 hot for YouTube, Patreon only. Every freaking week you get that, and you get access to our Discord where you can come chat with us.
And ask us questions that become episodes here because we're going to answer them and we're going to take it seriously and we want to give you the responses that you want. So come stay connected with us, join our Patreon, click the description below for full details.
What is that for you personally, like mentally? Like, how do you feel like, you know, getting this dub?
I'm just happy that I made it through to camp and I competed and I got the job done. Like that's what that's what I'm happy about. But when I look at the performance, I'm like, there's still a lot of work we gotta do.
After that, when you the next morning at the gym, when you were opening it up, was there a line of guys just like, Master?
I fucking wish. Your 6-minute match of you just staying on top of that guy was really amazing.
Show us.
where nothing almost happened the whole time.
Are they gonna have your picture on the wall?
Nothing happened. Picture on the wall.
Yeah, your Lionheart Jiu-Jitsu, like.
You did such a good job just standing on top of him.
You just stayed on top of a guy the whole time. And he tried to get you off him, but
It was such an exciting match.
Question
The guy
is,
just ran out of time.
how'd you tap him out?
I didn't tap him.
Oh, you
I was
didn't?
trying to. At the end of the match, I was like, okay, I got 30 seconds left. I'm gonna go.
It's like winning a boxing match from just like 2 guys hugging it out the whole time.
No, it's like honestly what it is. It's like he was throwing punches at me and I was just moving my head up. And he just could have hit me for 12 rounds.
Was he really throwing punches at you?
Nah.
Throwing punches.
And he just could have hit
He
me.
was throwing spears and Nick was like,
The wushu thing.
how do you feel like the momentum will go into, like, do you feel like there's momentum going into your next match?
Yeah, for sure.
Yay.
I definitely want to compete more. I want to do more of that. And I think probably I won't be able to probably until next year, early next year.
You guys should go to Lionheart though. It's a great environment. I train with a lot of different
It is
fucking
really cool.
places, and they don't have a bunch of assholes that are just trying to find fresh new booties to fuck up all day.
Jesus.
Yeah, that does happen.
I heard that's a thing, yeah.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, they just want people to
They're
join.
like,
fuck 'em
ooh,
up.
fresh meat. Let me kill this person.
That's the other reason why you want, like, I want to compete too. Is like you just never know what else is out there. So it's like you keep rolling with the same guys all the time.
Yeah.
Like you could really think your shit don't stink.
Your game gets stagnant.
I think
You can
at
meet the love
Lionheart,
of your life.
you guys have an environment where you're focused on like learning much quicker.
Yeah.
So like the progress is much quicker versus other gyms where like you go in and it takes longer to learn because half of the time you're trying to just stay alive from people who are like way better
Trying to
than
kill you, yeah.
Yeah, you don't learn technique. You don't learn anything. You just try to survive.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, you just gotta do more. That's
You know, for real, because sometimes like there's a lot of gatekeeping ass bitches in there, you know, where it's like I don't want you to get better, but honestly, it's not that fun when you roll with somebody that just can't do anything.
Yeah.
It's really not that fun.
Yeah.
So it's like you kind of want them. We want our students to be able to like clap back, and so the exchanges and the rolls get longer and longer and longer, get a little crazier, a little more chaotic. But at least they're learning techniques that they can do. And that's the reason why when I want to compete at black belt, like you feel that different level, and you're like, okay, cool, this is a good barometer of like where you're at.
And people who are secretly wanting to kiss Nick, that's the closest you're ever gonna get. You go to Lionheart Jiu-Jitsu, and then you say, hey Nick, I need training from you, and then you can cuddle with him.
Yeah. And I'm just trying to shove your head down the whole time.
Are we allowed to? Can we show the footage of your match on JK on this?
Yeah, if you guys want to fucking fall asleep, if you guys want to fall asleep
Well,
for
we'll just cut
6
it,
minutes,
You know, yeah.
there's really not much that
I'm
happens.
good at cutting out dead time.
The clip becomes 5 seconds.
Just the beginning and
Yeah, I'll
the
send you the
end.
video.
What do you feel like are the very clear wins after like somebody at your level wins in a match? Like for example, it's clear that if an athlete goes to the Olympics, they podium, they don't get paid money necessarily from the Olympics, but maybe their country gives them this, or they get sponsorships and endorsements, or everybody's bowing outside of their gym. Please teach me, blah blah blah. Like, what are your takeaways from like when somebody wins in your industry?
Well, it depends on like the tournaments that you win. Like, there's big tournaments that if you win, like the Worlds, there's an organization called IBJJF in the gi, and that's like the big head honcho tournament. So if you win one of those, you're like, oh shit, this guy's world champ, blah blah blah. It's like a big deal, like for your academy and all that. But at the end of the day, it kind of all doesn't matter. What matters is how well you market your game on social media for your business, because at the end of the day,
So you've done a really bad job so far, right?
I don't. That's why I don't run the marketing for the gym. Our guy, Jeremy, the owner, does, and our video guy Josh, he does all that stuff. But you know, at the same time,
Hey, we do look. That poster has been in like hundreds of episodes, maybe 1,000.
dude,
now.
Ryan fucking put it up. So thank you, Ryan. Ryan put it up.
He said the Kendra's one goes up next year, though.
Yeah, we'll rotate it. We can just sell ad space like this.
I like how it's in front of the JK in the back. That's hidden. We don't even promote our own shit.
Yeah, you guys should promote your own stuff more. Honestly.
What would people do? They saw that. Go watch a video that they're already watching.
I know. No, it's a reminder. We have everyone else's logos that's way bigger than our own.
Yeah, definitely just want to compete. At the end of the day, like the reason why I signed up for this tournament is I just wanted to see where I was at. I want to see what I needed to.
Or do you feel like it was a good kind of feedback or like a mirror to where you are?
Yeah, I think the last couple tournaments I go in, and it's point scoring system. A lot of times when I go in, I don't look at the points. I'm like, I'm just gonna roll. And it's like, that's okay, but it's probably not a good way to win tournaments because, you know, you don't play certain positions. It's
That confident.
Oh yeah, you're that confident. Yeah.
honestly, in my head, stupidly I was. Yeah, but
He's so bored of rolling with everyone at Lionheart. He's like, I need new people to fuck up.
No, not even. But now at this one, it's more of like, okay, let's. And now that we're trying to push the gym a little bit more, and a lot of our own guys are competing, I think it was a good example of like, all right, this is how we want to prep for tournaments. This is how we want to approach it. I just set the example for the other.
Is there
guys.
like a Lionheart chant that you do? Like,
Kalyne, Kalyne.
Our owner, our fearless leader, Kalyne.
Yeah.
Lionheart.
I'm very proud of you, Nick.
you guys don't have like a.
Defeat does not exist in this dojo. Oh yeah, some Cobra Kai shit.
Like, 1, 2, 3, BJ.
Jay.
Wait,
We try to keep it pretty casual. For whatever reason, I think a lot of other jiu-jitsu gyms are very like traditional. We have to.
They're not even traditional, you know that? I walk in, I'm like, you ain't fucking Japanese. You're pretending to be Japanese.
Hey, you know what the new wave is? A lot of like the legit, really smarty pants jiu-jitsu guys. They call all the moves the Japanese names.
oh really?
So like we're gonna hit him with a kazushi over here. Then we're gonna enter in a sakuraba over here, and they say other stuff like that. But you probably know those words.
You ever go in with the I'm gonna fuck you up mentality?
I try to.
I'm here to tear ACLs only.
For me, whenever I compete, I have to find like the middle ground of like not be too amped up because then I make stupid decisions, and then also not being too slow and chill. And then another one is like I get bored in the match and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna do something crazy.
Inside the match.
Yeah, kind of, and then it ends up in a bad spot, and you're like, what a fucking idiot, you know? So it's like, so the more you compete, the more you kind of you calibrate how of a dumbass you are, and then just making those adjustments afterwards. Because I think that's what all it is.
Have you ever done live commentary of jiu-jitsu matches, or
I'd probably be really bad at that.
you would be really great.
Did you
at
see
that.
how Bart did one of his matches and he won by no contest?
Yeah.
He won because
Him and Nadeem, they wanted to do a barbell video where they signed up for a jiu-jitsu tournament without any training, and I was like, you guys, you probably shouldn't do this.
You
Like,
should not do that.
this is not a good idea. But at white belt, you can get away with it, especially if you're kind of strong and you had a little wrestling.
And then they won by both of them.
Dude, Nadeem looked up arm bars the night before, and then he hit a guy with an arm bar, bro.
What?
But Nadeem's strong as fuck, though.
Nadeem has a wrestling background too.
Yeah, he's strong.
He's
dude.
strong, he's big, and he's athletic, and he's smart. So it's like he was able to put that together. And then Bart didn't have anybody. So he just got a gold medal, and then
Bart won because his opponent didn't show.
so that's why it's like when you win a gold medal at these
which one's
tournaments,
worse?
you just never know. You just never know how legit it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I only have one guy. If I compete against a couple other guys,
Yeah, but he was a monster. We heard he was a monster.
he was good though. He was really good.
couple like 2 versus 1.
I was definitely nervous going in because my coach sent me some tape, some video of him the night before. Like I was about to go to sleep, and I was like, I gotta look at this in the morning. So I was like looking at the tape, and then I was like, oh, this guy competes a lot. So that made me nervous, you know.
Was it like the You Got Surf tape when they're like, yo, we're here to call you guys out?
And I was like, what? How's he know my name?
Sup, Nick?
Did your stomach drop a little bit? Did your stomach drop a little bit after you saw the video in the morning? You're like, oh fuck. I
No,
can't
but
shit.
your heart rate gets up, and you just get like, ooh, like, oh, you're about to fucking.
fuck you
It's
up.
like when you find out, like when you get a fight lined up, and then that's another adrenaline bump. But then when you find out the opponent's name and where they're at, that's like a.
Makes it
Let's
real.
fucking go.
And then you found out that he was like sleeping with your girl.
Oh.
And I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. This is not for me. And that's when I pull out of the tournament. Oh God, this is too real.
Hey, congrats, man.
Yeah, congrats.
Nick, the black belt gold medalist.
Wait till I win a better tournament, dude.
Olympics.
Yeah, Olympics.
When jiu-jitsu gets in.
And breakdance, I'm gonna win my gold medal in breakdancing.
Yeah.
Usually when we start.
You can represent Australia.